Welcome to the Investment Process Channel. I am C3 Christopher Campbell. This channel where we teach people how to create generational wealth through trading. Let's get into week 27. We're going to go over day trading simplified and go over our weekly predictions for S&P 500. Let's get into the week. Okay, here we are with NAS NQ. Looking like we're still in consolidation. We did have a break of structure here where we had a high. It broke the high of our range. Let's go over here to the daily and take a look. So not quite breaking this high, but it did break our previous high on our daily. I'm still not convinced that, it's done selling off. Again, it did not break this high. It did break our previous high. So are we above our range? Yes. We're going to move this range up to here. Absolutely. Because we still have this like equal low here and price did not break below that, I'm still going to use this low here for our low. And even with that, as you see, price came right back to 50% of that. And from that, I don't think NAS is super volatile. Again, that's why I said it looks like it's still in consolidation. It is moving up. I don't think it's done selling off though. I do not. We still have these targets here on our weekly and our monthly. So let's zoom out and take a look at the big picture. Big picture, price moved up first. Did not take out the high. There's still imbalance left here on the monthly. We see we have our monthly support down here. Not sure if it's going to get to it or not. We're third week of June. Still have some time. It can make it down here. And that would mean the monthly candle would be a bearish candle. Doesn't mean it is or won't, but just sitting here looking at this, we still have some inefficiencies right now in the market on the monthly. Here's our weekly. That's where we have that gap up. That's where we have our 50% mark of the weekly. With that, and that's a target that I would still be looking for. Even with the information over here, price came back into these imbalances right here. Did not break the high. Has some rejection up here for price. Some long wick candles for the weekly. That's why I say again, not sure that price, the market's done selling off for the NAS. If we're not negating this structure here, if we're looking for buys, I would not be still, even on the weekly, I would not be looking for up here. I'd be looking for somewhere below here to get position. Here's our daily. Going back to what we were saying earlier. If you're looking for a buy, it would have to be below here. And I would need some kind of confirmation. Again, we have this equal low here. We have some imbalance down here from this wick here, where price was a little bit more aggressive on a daily. So yeah, if you're looking for, and it's still showing a long or a buying setup, because it's creating higher right side ranges, right? High, higher, high, higher, high, higher, high. So, have these higher lows as well. It's still showing bullish momentum right now. So if you're looking for a position, I would look for some confirmation right below this 50% mark right here at, what is this, 21,651. Yeah, that's why I'll be looking for a buy anywhere below there. Get a buy, let it run up. It did it last week. Looked like on Monday, dipped below that 50% mark and then popped up above there. And even with that, it came right back down to that 50% mark. So there are moves here. Again, that's why I say consolidation. It just doesn't look like there's a lot of action. And it's a lot of work when price is not super volatile, but there are opportunities there. Let's go over here to gold. Here we are with gold. Gold did break above our range here. Well, not really the range. Well, yep, it closed above the range, but however, we did have a breaking structure above this area here. And then we had another high created, and gold came right back down into this 50% area here. Perfect area for buys. So if you are looking for position, this is the place. This is on a 4-hour. We see we have an imbalance left here. Let's go to our daily. Here's our daily. So even, let's go ahead and move this up. Price is right below that 50% mark, right below it. Why do I have this here? So we're gonna slide this up here. Oh, that was some imbalance. And price came right back to it. Price came right back to it. Have a little doji here. But we're right below that 50% mark. I'll be looking for position. We do have this gap up right here. From yeah. Previous week, not last week, the previous week. Had a gap up. Let's wait to see how the market opens. If it goes up first, that'll be ideal. We're going to wait for it to come back down to get confirmation and then take that back up. If indeed it pulls back first and then takes off, look for that confirmation. Right now it's showing, it's ready to pop. It's ready to pop. So let's go ahead and take a look at the monthly and the weekly to get a better picture and make sure that this is a good plan. So here's our monthly. We've already tapped into this midpoint here. Super long wick. We are above the previous month's high. It just took off and went straight up. Again, like I said, gold has been very efficient. So make sure that, again, if price jumps back below our 50% mark and it takes out this high, you want to be in position for that. It's been showing bullish. We had a retracement. That's the game plan I would still be pushing right now. Even with these other areas set up, these other areas are potential places for price to come back to. Not necessarily mean it has to, especially down here with this 4-hour. I'll take a look at that before we hop off of gold and see why. I'm pretty much am sure why, but I want to make sure we're clear this week on what that is. So again, bearish candle last week, pull right back below that 50% mark of the weekly range. We're right below that right now as far as price goes. So we're looking for any position to get a buy back up to 3,600 potentially, but definitely we want, what is this right here? 35.10, 35.11. What's the high of this candle? 35.099. Yeah, 35.10. 35.10. Yeah, we're looking for 35.10. That will be our that's our target. Gold has been just reaching for it. Let's look at the daily. We did that. We have this gap right here. Then we also have this imbalance down here. Does not have to come back and clean up this imbalance, but that's why I have this marked out. But as you can see, it's even on the daily, so we can actually just keep this in mind. I'm actually going to change the color of this to daily. Just keep that in mind. Price could potentially come back to that. I say that because we still have this gap to fill, to reach into. Is done at once right here on Friday. If it shoots past this low, we know it's coming to this area first before continuing up. So that's the reason why I have that marked out. Doesn't mean it necessarily has to come to it right now. Again, gold has been very efficient. I think it's going to clean up this gap before moving up. So just keep your eye on the open of the market today, and where you'll get your entry to take it up at least to, like I said, 35.10, at least to 35.10. So that's gold. Let's go over here to the Dow. Okay, here we are for the Dow. Dow is creating. We did have a break of structure here at the beginning of the week last week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was the previous week. We had a break of structure. And as you see, we had an equal high that was left. Price came back and cleaned that up. Price is really in consolidation for the Dow. I don't really see it. It's not super volatile right now. Came back into that gap, cleaned it up. We still have a gap down here that'll be cleaned up. We have an equal low here on the daily. We see price retracing consolidation. These candles show consolidation. We have what they call doji candles, where price closes and opens pretty much where it started at. Let's move this out the way. So if I look here, the open and close, we're looking right here. The open and close of this candle, opening of the candle was 42.512. The close of the candle was 42.512. So buyers and sellers are both there. Price doesn't know what it's going to do. That's consolidation for me. All day, that's consolidation. So Thursday and Friday, consolidation, price move top and bottom. It's just a lot of work when price is in consolidation. I will wait for some kind of confirmation, higher or lower, to see where price is going to. And then once price gets moving, then go ahead and get a position. It's just a lot of work, and you're subject to, as you can see, like whipsaw. You can go up, go down, all within one day, and complete that whole range and end up right back where it started. And you could be on the right or wrong side of that move. You don't know. You don't know. So just be very cautious. Let's go out and look at the monthly and then weekly and see if there's a bigger picture. So here we are on the monthly. And if you look right here, price came right back into that resistance of the previous month candle right there. It tapped right into it and rejected from that area. Still down here, we have, this is monthly now. So it take a while to get back there. We had this long wick candle came out here and grabbed all these orders 2 months prior. So it's still some unfinished business over here. Let's look at this weekly. So even on the weekly, we have this candle here, almost equal lows, has a small wick on there. But however, we do have some imbalances right here on this weekly. Go ahead and mark that, where price could potentially come back to. And again, this is why we're waiting. We are waiting. We're being patient. The market is not really moving right now. So looking for strong closes above or below. It's upward trending right now at a very snail's pace. So again, that's why I said, if you're executing on a smaller time frame within this daily range, okay, it just seems like a lot of work right now. It does. It seems like a lot of work to get a few, maybe 2-to-1s or a couple of 3-to-1s if you're on the right side of a trade. And it's hard to know with the way price is moving right now. It's hard to know. It seems like a lot of work. And it's up to you what you want to do. I mean, we're looking at some potential areas to get buys from here. where price can come back to, and then, pop on up, down, 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 support, higher high. It's just hard to see right now, like potential areas. This is the daily. It's just hard to see where, we have this gap right here on a weekly. I'm gonna need price to close below our 50% mark and get confirmation that price is going to continue down to get into this area. This is the daily. So yeah, we want to close below this 50% mark. It tried to here, did not make it. So we need a daily candle close below, the open of this, the close of this candle here. Nope, this candle. 42,207. Need to close below there. A daily close. Yeah, I would even say a 4 hour, like a 4 hour, the candle closed below that. Let me look at that. Hmm. So this is why you go out into a higher time frame. So if we look at the 4 hour, we did have 4 hour close below the 50% mark. However, it did not stay down there. And if we look at the 4 hour, overall the trend is down, not up. On a daily, it looks like overall it's up, and this is just retracement. Look at this 4 hour. It looked like it tried to retrace, try to test again, and it has not been able to break it. So I guess it's still showing the same thing I was saying before. I would say, yeah, but I would say we need a 4 hour close below here, 42.10. Looks like 42.015. Yeah, 42.015. 4 hour close below there, which is still a 4 hour close below this low here. And then a retracement to continue price down. Like I said, there's opportunities here. You just don't exactly know where. We had an imbalance. It looks like it came back right up into that imbalance. Same thing here. Imbalance, it popped right back up there and then went down. Popped back up. Daily candles are just super tight. They're in this area. They're like, that's like right above that's 50% mark of our total range. So it's just kind of been hovering up here. For me, I would be getting sell positions, and it really hasn't shown me that it needs to be sold at this point. It's just kind of been hovering here. And you don't want to be a buyer up in this area. Like I said, you could be on the right or wrong side of that. Right now, it's showing retracement. We had a close a breaker structure here, so we had to close above this high. And if you can get position at the bottom of this, then yeah, that's a good trade. However, that's what I'm saying. Like right now, price is at a premium. We don't want to be buyers here. We don't. We don't want to be buyers. So be patient. Wait for the market to come to you. Let's go over here to S&P. Okay, with S&P, we got a little bit more price action here. It moved right up into this. Okay, you guys see, yeah, it moved right up here to this imbalance. So S&P had action where it showed why it was coming into this area. Market trying to be efficient, cleaning that up. So it popped right up into that area. Creating right side ranges, moving on up, right? So S&P is looking good. Again, let's look at this. We're gonna mark this as our range now. This is our range. Okay. And with that, right again, price is at in a discount right now. We can go ahead and let's look. Hold on, let me look at this 4 hour real quick before I remove that support. That's what it was. Okay. Support right there. So on the 4 hour, it looks like that consolidation thing we were talking about before. See, price it's gone down. Did not break below this 4 hour support. Came right back up into equal high on this candle. Imbalance. Did not break the high. Potential to continue down. Is prices at a premium right now? So if price pops up, might be a good place to get a sell. Overall, though, going back to this, price has been showing higher right side ranges, more of a bullish. Let's go out here to the weekly and monthly and take a look at a bigger picture. So here we are on the monthly. Here's where we show that support for the monthly. Right now, price went straight up first. Again, we're in the third week of June. Can it potentially come back into this area? Yes. Will it? We're not sure. It's showing, like I said, it was showing some strong bullish right side ranges. Not super volatile. However, we saw why price came back into that area. If we take a look here, this is on the weekly. Weekly's not showing too much except for this gap. That's why we have it marked down here at 57.29. So and right now, price doesn't look like it wants to come back into this area. So it came back into this imbalance right here. Strong rejection from this area. We see, once it popped up here, sellers came in. So it's been a fight. It's been a back and forth. So that's why I say like price has kind of been in consolidation. However, right now, even though price has been moving up, there's a lot of sell orders up here. And our weekly candles are showing that. Go here to the daily. So we saw the past 2 weeks, every time price has gone up, it's been a hard sell-off. Gone up, hard sell-off. Here, same thing. Price, shot straight up, sell-off. Came right back and cleaned up that equal low. Same here, price went up, came right back into that imbalance. So overall, we have this gap left, came into this area, did not break the high. For me, I'd be a little bit patient. I would wait for it to break the high on the daily and then get a position in a discount. Right now, there's not a lot to do. Price is at a premium right now. Let's go. Let's take a look at our range, our daily range. So we see right here, price is just right at that premium area. So not a good place to get a buy. I would like, to see price come back into this area first, get a confirmation, then, we'll move back up maybe maybe a 4 hour rejection from this area on a 4 hours, showing us that price is still not going to go down, and take it back up. So that looks like a good trading plan. So that looks like a good trading plan for S&P. If we have enough time, Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin's been doing. Here we are with Bitcoin. We see we have a weekly imbalance down here. Here's our daily range. And price has just been moving in that range. It has not broken below or broken above. And again, like I said, there are trades. It just seems like a lot of work. Right now, we're in a discount. You could probably get a nice buy back up into this area before it comes down. However, we see we have a lot of inefficiencies left by Bitcoin. Of course, we would all love to see price come back down into this area, then continue up, right? It's marked off here because, you know, it's a high potential for price to come back into these inefficiencies. We saw price come right back into, we had this 4-hour marked off, price came right back into that area and did what it was going to do. Then we had these gaps, price came right back into it, equal lows. So I don't know, like right now, Bitcoin's in consolidation as well. So yeah, wait for a good confirmation either way, a close below this area here where we see price getting support into this imbalance. If we get a 4-hour close below that previous low, that would be good. Then, you know, a little retracement back into this area. I would be kind of patient right now. Prices in consolidation. So that's what I have for Bitcoin. If we just take a quick glance at Bitcoin on the monthly, we see we have support right here, and prices looks like it can potentially go to that area. So those areas that we have marked off on the weekly and daily are still in play. They are still in play. If we're just taking an overall bigger look at the picture, your price could come back into this area. That would be a good position to get that buy that you're looking for. Would I be shorting into that area? Probably not. You can, but right now, I wouldn't. Because it could just pop right back into that area and then take back off. So again, the market's been looking kind of sleepy, so it may not happen like that. Just understand where price is right now and how the market is responding, and plan your trades accordingly. This investment process channel. Have a good one.